Hi, collective. It's Shana. Archangel Michael, I ask that you preside over this reading. I ask that you protect me and my collective as we channel, transmute, and harmonize the energy for the highest good. Ashe, Ashe collective. Yeah, collective, and the word this. Yes, I have to work on that with speech, okay? Also, that last skippity paps, okay? When I cut the video off, I put it in the comments, though. At the bottom of that was the Ace of Swords collective. I'm telling you, somebody's cats are going through that as well. Okay. All right, let's get this one collective. This one we'll be using the Illuminati Oracle. Okay. And this one is Illuminations, Assassin's Greed. Okay. And the goal here is to identify and thwart the Illuminati's plans for world domination, okay? It is what it is, collective. And we use a matic. Let's see. Let's see how powerful we are, okay? If we're really powerful at all. And we are. All right. Show me what's the cable. What's the cable? What they up to now? Because they're increasing their plans and their efforts, okay? Because they know the quickening is happening. All right, you might have saw it. I didn't catch it long enough to see what it actually was saying, okay? All right, let me calm down. What's the strategy? How will they attempt to execute their plans? What's the strategy? Okay. What is that? Surveillance state, of course. Okay. Let's keep this one at the bottom as the mystery. All right, possible counter response. Okay, how can we counteract? What's the counter maneuver? Okay, thank you. Last question, possible outcome. How will this caper actually manifest, or will it? All right, we'll get that if we need to. Okay. It's just a lot on these cards, okay? Question 1. What's the cape talking about? And it's not a lot of cards from my deck. I purposely did that. What is that? Aries? It doesn't look like an R. But yeah, in Aries. That's the ram, right? Okay. And we just did catty and chatty like a ram truck, right? And a ram like I'm getting bow or something like that, okay? All right. Question number 2. What's the strategy? How will they attempt to execute their plan? Reverse engineering. Somebody's going to try to come back and get some surveillance equipment that they put out. That's what I'm getting initially. Okay, let's see. Question number 3. Possible counter response. The counter response is if there's proof of these recordings. It's out there somewhere. Even if they try to destroy it. If they put it on the net, it's out there. And if it's on the dark web collective, all you got to do is call on your dark matter ancestors, right? They'll put it in the right hands. Look at that. It was written about, collective. They ain't got a chance in hell, okay? All right. All this was written about. This is the counter response. So in the writing, it speaks about the outcome. All right. Show me question number 4. Possible outcome. How will this caper manifest? I feel like it won't. It fell out on the cuneiform collective. Not in what the way that they plan. You think it's a game? No, it ain't a game, collective. You think they think it's still a game? I don't think so. All right, let's see. Once all these people activate collective, it's like being devoured by the monster that you created, okay? All right, let's make this quick. What's the caper? False religion. Okay, so they've already executed that. Maybe they're trying to come up with a new one, since people seem to be walking away from a lot of the traditional religions, okay? Maybe this is why they've been working so hard to get their hands on tarot, okay? And they have, I feel. It says false religion. When power replaces devotion, faith becomes a tool for control. Beware of those who use the language of the divine to serve worldly agendas. And they're doing it right now, collective. Maybe they're coming up with something now. Something with this Aries, okay? Could be an Aries they're focusing on, right? Or it could be something about this season or something. Or it could be talking about dark worship, dark religion, faiths. Show me. What's the caper? Something with religion. Longevity. I feel like whatever it is, they're trying to resuscitate religion. Bring it back to life, because they know it's almost out of here, okay? Especially the old time religions that they've given us. Forgive me, okay, if you're a very religious person. I feel like we have to be open to change, okay? It doesn't mean that we're going to say, oh, the creator isn't real. It just means that the way we view things have to change, okay? Maybe our view was false from the jump, all right? And I feel like that's a part of growth, okay? All right, let's get something on this Aries. Let's get this first. You still think it's a game? Do they still think it's a game, Archangel Michael? These people are going to have to fight for their lives the way they made us fight for ours, okay? They don't think it's a game. I don't think, okay? They don't feel like they're in the eye of the storm. They're in the storm, okay? What is this Aries? So this is the caper. They want to resuscitate religion, false religion, okay? And I feel like this has something to do with the worship of Satan with that Aries, the ram, okay? Clinic in the reverse. They definitely want to help bring it back to life. But I feel like they know that they can't, but they have to try. Show me. Dominant gene. They want false religion to remain at the helm, okay? They want it to continue to dominate the religious field, okay? They know new religion styles and practices are going to emerge. There was something written as it relates to religion, okay? And I guess how it's going to fade away like the dinosaurs, so to speak, collective. I'm getting extinction. It will no longer be the dominant gene. Maybe these are golf lovers who are speaking about this, planning about this, about the future, okay? All right, let's go on. So that's the caper, to preserve religion, false religion, okay? Question number 2. What's the strategy? How would they attempt to execute their plan? Surveillance, by watching people, making sure that you don't step outside of the norm, outside of the norms, right? Or deter from, the schedule that they've made for us, okay? And watching you. They've been watching us a long time, okay? All right, but it's a surveillance state. The state of surveillance is tightening its grip, so they're going to increase it. Like in your home, okay? Using data as a means of control. Cultivate practices of digital discretion and be mindful of the information you share. And maybe they're going to increase it more digitally as well, okay? What's the strategy? Reverse engineering. So they want to see how something works, break it down, take it apart in order to rebuild it to their advantage, okay? Maybe they're going to be talking about restructuring of the internet soon, okay? Like talking about a problem or creating a problem or, yeah, in order to offer a solution that benefits only a few. I feel like they're talking about some sort of restructuring of the internet and certain things that they can use as a means of surveillance. But they talk a lot about digital discretion here, okay? And data and information sharing, okay? So I feel like this is what they're talking about. But somehow this has something to do with religion, okay? So the plan is to restructure the internet. Who knows? Maybe they're going to insert certain types of information and block other types and have more information that is amicable towards religion, false religion. Or maybe they're going to remove certain truths about religion and what makes it false from the internet or something, so that no one can ever discover what was really written. I don't know, collective, okay? But it's something about preserving this, our religious traditions currently, okay? And somehow using surveillance as it relates to the internet to do it. Let's see. Isolation, I guess part of it, how we are all focused on technology. But let's see. Oh, I think too, part of it is to block certain people off the internet as well, okay? Doing something like that video reminds me of the first Trigger 33, where the feminine mom came in, the Queen of Pentacles as the 4-Eye Atlas, okay? Her. To free the starseed, okay? But they drained it completely. They also made a presence of the smart people in that video, collective. So I feel like this is something they're talking about. Block certain voices, truth speakers, okay? So that it doesn't interfere with their plan to dominate with this, continue to dominate with false religion, okay? But it says, at first they isolated you in hopes of making you go crazy. Now they isolate you to keep you from infecting others with the truth, okay? And this also means that they're going to be watching particular people more on the internet, okay? And if you say something they don't like, they're going to drain your video, collective. They'll drain it as you load it up, and they'll drain it from your device, okay? That's the plan. But I feel like what I discovered with that video, with that Trigger 33 about the comet, the mama comet, okay, is that it doesn't make a difference. I feel like they're hurting themselves when they block the message, because it's like they're blocking it from certain people that the message is designed to reach, right? However, that's on them. I feel like if those people who need to be reached, the ancestors, the spirit team, the Most High will find another way to reach that person, okay? However, for the person who did it, that just means it's going to be even worse for them, okay? But either way, if they think they're hurting the messenger, they're not. You delivered the message. Even if you couldn't get it out there, the message has been released into the atmosphere. Therefore, it still stands. And I feel like when they do that, they only speed it up, the response, okay? It's like the quickening. So I say let them do what they're going to do, okay? Let's go. Let's get something on reverse engineering, okay? And we'll move on. Boo-boo do you in the reverse, almost, okay? Or I feel like someone's arrogant as well. And they don't want you to be able to do you. So they want to destroy your connection to the internet and your means of reaching people. Show me. A spiritual cleansing is happening now. Okay, I feel like whatever they're doing, something may also be being cleaned up on the internet. Okay, as a counter effect to what they're doing and planning. And look, that also falls in line, and we got the name John Collective. I'm almost sick of this name. Okay, forgive me. But look, this also falls in line with what I was saying, that they were going to clean up the internet of certain types of people and messages, Collective. And this person is like they just doing them, Collective. They just reversing anything on the internet that does not fit the agenda of the elite. This is crazy, okay? And you can see it now because they're creating all kinds of videos, especially on my phone. I have to go back and remember to vet, because I'll say something and they'll put a video on my timeline that's very similar to that, okay? And I'll go back and see that it's not truth, okay? So it's very interesting. So be mindful of being gaslit and, what do you call that? Not gas bombed, but you know what, something, Collective, okay? Online, through your device, okay? All right. So they're trying to be really crafty and about their approach. Let's see the counter response. Anchoring light. Continue to put those light codes out there. And if they don't allow you to do it online, and see, they like to do the running though, but if they don't allow you to do it online, just speak your truth. I don't know, however you put it out there, however you, maybe just do a reading, even if it's just you, if you read, right? And just speak it aloud. However way, maybe you'll just think it and you're able to project the message. There'll be all sorts of new ways to do this, okay? They're making it worse because it's going to cause things to speed up. All right, so the counter response, anchoring light. No system, no elite agenda, no chaos can dim the radiance you carry within you. So just know whatever they do, they can't stop you. Shine even when the world demands you hide, okay? So if they strip you of your device, then, I don't know, sing a song. Maybe sing it to the birds, Collective, based on what you're feeling or your downloads, Collective. But look, it's written about. This was written about how the people, I feel, are going to defeat this by going within. Shine even when the world demands you hide. And at a certain point, I think as they isolate you, right, you'll just, like, your core will ignite. Like a star that's starting, right? Or cranking up again. And it's like a rainbow. Nobody will be able to hide your light. And this is funny, Collective. My aunt passed some years ago. And there's one song she would always sing. And I sang this song yesterday. And I kept saying, oh, she must be around, right? Wow. And this is what I'm getting, okay? But what's the song? I'm not going to sing it aloud. I was going to do a, maybe one day I will drop the mic on it. But this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Alright, so I'm getting Ancestors, Collective. I feel like it was written about that the people are going to defeat this world domination plan by these wicked people, okay? I'm getting, they saying, let your light shine, Collective. Cuneiform. Earliest known writing system. Sumeria, Mesopotamia. All right, we'll see if they let this one go through. Okay. Go ahead. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. It says, I don't want to waffle on too long. Shout out to Bronwyn's Cove Tarot, okay? She'll say that, like, I think she means like if she's talking in a video and she goes off for a minute, right? Trying to get her point out, right? And maybe she'll reference different like scenarios. I think they call them like anecdotes. You know, just trying to add to the moment, I guess, in the message. So maybe there's some waffling going on in that cuneiform, okay? Maybe they're saying that in the cuneiform, there is a detailed explanation of what's happening. That's what I'm getting. Let's get these two clarifiers and we're going to close it out. I don't want this to be long, but there's something about this name, John Collective. What role does John play out here? There's so many Johns, okay? It's a very popular name. E-field. This could be an ancestor for somebody. Could be. Or it could be something else going on out here, okay? All right, show me. I don't waffle on. I don't want to waffle on too long. Shout out to Bronwyn's Cup, Tara. All right, that's a lot. Well, that makes sense, okay? Waffling on, right? Show me cuneiform. What's on that cuneiform, Archangel Michael? What's written about this light anchoring in? I feel like this is like the great solar. Oh, my goodness. It's written that they're going to take down these House of Horror type scenarios. These people, these pockets on the planet, okay? Married as you, Collective. They've angered people's ancestors. Okay, and they're still playing around. They still playing around, Collective. You still think it's a game. We'll get that. I don't want to waffle on too long. You earn your stripes. I guess they're saying you earn your stripes. So if you want to waffle on, you can. Okay, show me. Golf lover. Somebody, maybe this is a shout out from a golf lover, Collective. Show me. Jamal. Okay, but put the names where they go. Maybe this is you, Jamal. Okay. Maybe Jamal wants to say that to someone. All right, and this one was for what? The counter response. Ah, interesting. Okay. Maybe someone's saying, okay, I'm getting, maybe some people feel like that are a part of whatever this dominant scheme is. Maybe this doesn't have to be at a world level. Maybe this is more so for some a personal place in your life. Okay, maybe they send someone to be friends with you, to really dominate you and change your religious views. Okay, like your spirituality. Okay, and like reverse engineer your brain here, Collective. Okay, by blocking your messages and messing up, rewiring your head, okay? The heat's on. There's something to it, okay? So at a personal level, this may relate to people. Maybe someone does play golf, okay? And maybe someone sent someone in. Maybe their name's Jamal, maybe it's not. In order to talk to you, waffle on, or get you to waffle on so they can figure out how you earned your stripes. Maybe they're going to tell you, oh, you earned your stripes, Collective. And that's a way to get you to talk. I don't know. Sounds like I know, but I don't know. Anchor and light. Okay, in order to attach themselves to the light. That's one view, okay? All right, but I feel like this was written about. And it ain't going down how people think, okay? I feel like these types of environments are going down. The light will infiltrate these places, okay? These houses of horror throughout the planet, right? And these places are going to be like obliterated by the light, so to speak. I feel like they're talking about solar rays, okay? Neutrinos and possibly like the great solar flash. Cuneiform, show me. Why are you doing this to yourself, okay? I feel like these people, they can't get away, but they're going to keep trying. And maybe they keep sending people in who feel like they don't have a choice, okay? And when they send them in, they're terrified when they come in, Collective. But I feel like they don't have a choice. They can't say no or something. All right, but I feel ultimately people are going to be victorious. Let's get one. Yeah, look at that. Okay, bottom of the deck. That's it. It says a hopeful future. Even in chaos, hope works quietly, opening paths that once seemed impossible. Anchor yourself in the belief that a better world is not only possible, it's being built now. And I feel like this is what they're saying. But you have to believe it. You have to challenge the fears, okay? And going into isolation can be a good thing. Okay? All right, we're almost there, collective. Possible outcome. How will this caper manifest? I feel like it's not. Controlling resources, okay? If this doesn't work, this is how they're going to, well, this is a part of it, to make the resources scarce so that they have more control, because they're the ones controlling it. They're the ones who locate it. They're the ones who mine it, right? We don't know much about any of this stuff. We're just told we're the best, so therefore you go and shop, and you go and eat, you have fun, and you party, you cohabitate and reproduce, and you're the best of the best of the best. And you let us handle all this hard, dirty work, okay? And they're controlling us, okay? Controlling resources. When chaos strikes, those in power move quickly under the cover of conflict or catastrophe. Access to vital resources can be quietly seized, okay? So create the scenario, right? Create the problem so that the resources can be secretly stolen, the gold moving, okay? Because they know somebody coming to rectify the situation, since we can't seem to get right, collective, okay? They throwing them comments, okay? I don't know what makes them think they're going to be able to run away with the gold and stuff. And if they have gotten somehow, they know what that is too, okay? I don't know. Let's see. Possible outcome. How will this manifest? Okay, I feel like they're going to be caught. With this card, we're going to expose them before they can even pull it off, okay? But it says, shh, please don't tell what I did. Glue. Okay, this is something very important here that they did, okay? It's like what holds this whole scenario together. It could be this, that they married as you, okay? Who married as my collective? Venomous snakes. I told you, somebody's mom is out here, okay? And that comment is for somebody, okay? That's somebody's mama coming for somebody, okay? As well as it came out, they were coming for a sister, okay? Let's get the bottom on that. And it was a twin, yeah, sister and a twin, okay? As well as some other names. All right, what is the glue that's holding this together? I feel like they're saying if we speak about this or we expose something, the deal's off. Dirty Moors. That's the glue. That makes sense to me, collective. The glue to this whole huge world domination plan. Okay, interesting. Bottom of the deck, the glue. And Anubis said, you. Isn't that wonderful? And it all rhymes, collective. Glue and you. This is beautiful. All right, now tell exactly what did they do being the glue. What did they do? Is I'm getting that collaboration between the elite and the Dirty Moors. What did they do, Archangel Michael? Tell us, tell the world so we can see. True love is rooted in love of self. They're haters of people because they hate themselves. They're being outed that they hate themselves. Bottom of the deck. Latoria. Okay. All right. Why do they hate themselves, Archangel Michael? Set strong boundaries. Maybe someone set strong boundaries with them, or maybe that's what they needed to do. You've wasted enough of my time. Now stay the F out of my energy. Someone kicked someone out, collective, okay, out of their energy. Maybe a Dirty Moor, but wherever, put it where it go, all right? So someone wasted someone's time. Maybe it was surrounding love, okay? What was this fight about? Because we had a fight in the last one, collective, right? What was this fight? Okay, toxicity. Nature retreat, dominant gene, possibly something like the Hunger Games. Okay? Show me. Secretly trying to leave the country. Okay? Another person. Alright? And they're fighting because they can't leave the country. Somebody won't let somebody go, or they're fighting because they can't leave because it's too hot. And maybe one person's trying to leave the relation. Yeah, maybe somebody don't want somebody to go, collective. What is Latoya's relationship with the Dirty Moors if they're not a Moor? Fiber optics, the internet, okay? The connection to the surveillance, okay? Fiber optics, long distance, high quality data transfers. Definitely data. Maybe they're hacking your phone and sending it somewhere else. Show me. Stop trying to save people that don't want to be saved and save yourself. All right? Maybe this is your view now. Okay? Or maybe someone else is trying to get away. Okay? What was the goal, the ultimate goal of this plan? I know this is going somewhere else. Okay? Of these people's plan. Waiting for the right moment to strike. I feel like your internet or something. Show me. Get into the bag so that they can get your bag, your money. Mother Earth is beautiful. This mother right here. Okay. All right. Tell me something about these resources. How are they going to be used? Okay, where is it? Y'all give me a second. This is on a witch hunt. Okay, I feel like people, resources, people. People's energy. The Ascended Masters are considering making you an offer. They're looking for high vibrational energies. What does this person do? What part do they play? Mother Earth is beautiful. Maybe looking for beautiful, I don't know, crystal healer. I feel like they're using someone's energy. All right, let me see something. How is this person being used? Take the next step, collective. I don't know if this is... Now, these tennis shoes always remind me of young people, okay? But this is something next level. I don't know. Let me see. Zoo check-in collective. What the hell is this, okay? They're using high vibrational people in some kind of way, okay? Like crystal healers, like conduits, semiconductors or something, okay? Take the next step, but this is like check-in, like some sort of bondage or something, collective. And with this card, it reminds me, with all my tennis shoe cards remind me of young people, most of them. I don't know, collective. Put the energy where it goes, okay? They could be saying that this is a person in bondage or someone who's involved in hurting other people, okay? Show me zoo check-in. What does that mean? Where are they checking into? What is this zoo check-in like? What is it about? Show me what I need to see about it. What needs to be known? They're chanting Empress. That's what I'm trying to find out, Archangel Michael. What needs to be known? You have arrived at your destination. Someone's getting checked into the zoo, collective. What the hell? Show me you have arrived at your destination. Triple darkness, collective. Oh my goodness. Someone's done something terrible. Chaz. Okay. I thought it was going to say chaos. This could be a play of words. Show me. When the real Iggy's going to stand up, collective. I don't know what's going on, but it looks like another fight to me. Okay. Okay, let's keep going, collective, because I do this all the time. It went into something else out there. Married as you, okay? I will always love my mama. Maybe someone married as you out here, okay? And I feel like they're describing these people that are guilty, okay, as venomous snakes. And maybe this is a segment of the plan. One person's experience, okay, or a few, as it relates to dealing with this elite and those plans, okay? But I feel like someone's dodging these snakes, collective, that married as you. I'm getting to steal your wealth and your energy, right? All right, let's go. We're almost there. John, electric field, physical field that surrounds electrically charged particles such as electrons. I feel like this has to do with this energy transfer, okay? Maybe it's like a crystal healing. Show me. And these hoes got to go, collective. These are energy whores. Okay? I don't know if this is an ancestor clearing them out or if this is an energy whore or someone's whose energy is being zapped. I don't know. All right, let's get this. We're almost done. I feel like it's up to us, but we have to have hope for the future. And we have to act accordingly. You still think, or you think it's a game? In the eye of the storm in the reverse. Maybe they think it's a game. Let's see. Lights, camera, action. I feel like they think it's on, okay? It's like it's popping and it's on, okay? In the eye of the storm, there's peace. Because you're in the eye. But if you're not in the eye, I feel like that's where all the chaos is. Show me in the eye of the storm in the reverse. I was hoping this one would be shorter. Adam. Okay, that could be someone's name. Kelly. All right. I feel like they're naming people, collective, okay? Let's just read them and we're going to close it. The hive has been located, okay? Self-discovery, someone found it. The hive. And they about to turn it up, collective. We about to turn it up. Show me. Allies in the upper realms are cloaking their ships, collective. So this is how it's going to be thwarted, I feel, okay? Because these people are still on a witch hunt. And I feel like now the real Iggas are about to stand up, okay? Oh my goodness, collective. I was getting ready to say, because I said something about Iggas in that other video. Why? They standing up for Princess, collective. Who, okay, and you know what? Princess, this card is what made me discover that Crystal was Daddy's little girl. So I don't know, maybe someone's Crystal. Name is Crystal, okay? But Princess came out, this card came out to indicate that we were talking about Crystal, a missing child. So I don't know, maybe the parents or the father called the child Princess as a nickname or something. Okay, it's just really interesting. And this father, maybe the father's name is John, I don't know. But whoever they are surrounding this person, okay? This could be another missing child as well. I don't know, collective. It's like they're bringing these missing children home. Or they're revealing them. All right, last one, and we're going to get the mystery. Trick or treat or tram. Adjustments are needed. I feel like people are going to get what they need. Okay? In order to make an adjustment. Okay? All right, mystery card, one and only. Traction tactic. So I feel like these are tactics that they're putting out there. They're trying to slow things down, but they know what's coming next, collective. Okay? Trick, treat, or tram. Anubis said, okay. Someone might be eating McDonald's right now or French fry. That's what it looks like. This is for entertainment. All right, French fries and chicken nuggets. Distraction, and they're on the phone. Distraction is one of the oldest political tools. Keep the masses numbed and entertained, and they won't see the real moves behind being made. Okay, so that's the trick. I guess the question is, what will our response be? Okay, I feel like we're supposed to go within and activate that light within. Okay. And as far as these people, I feel like once we wake up and we stand in our power, there's nothing they can do, collective. Okay? All right, collective, if you like it,